Now, before the death of the Queen, Princess Anne sat down with Chris Shipp, the ITV royal editor and Sunrise contributor.
Now, it was filmed in 2017. Anne opened up about her relationship with her mother, saying the Queen always led by example and understood what made society tick during her 7-decade reign.
The ability to have somebody who is kind of epitomises what you think your country stands for has always been a major ambition.
Princess Anne has long been one of the most intriguing members of the British royal family. Known for her unwavering dedication, no-nonsense demeanor, and tireless work ethic, she has often been described as the backbone of the monarchy. While she rarely seeks the limelight, her actions and statements have made her a figure of admiration and speculation. Recently, candid comments and her role within the royal family have sparked renewed interest, shedding light on the dynamics that define her relationships with other prominent royals, including King Charles III, Queen Camilla, Prince William, and Prince Harry. Anne's relationship with her older brother, King Charles, has always been complex. As the second child of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, Anne grew up in the shadow of her brother, the heir to the throne. Despite their shared upbringing, the siblings have distinctly different personalities. Charles is often described as introspective and visionary, while Anne is pragmatic and resolute. These differences in temperament have occasionally led to clashes, particularly during their younger years when their paths diverged sharply due to their roles within the royal family. Charles was groomed for kingship, carrying the weight of responsibility and the expectations of an entire nation. Anne, on the other hand, was given more freedom to carve her own path. She embraced this opportunity by dedicating herself to public service and charity work, often taking on causes that were less glamorous but deeply impactful. Over time, their relationship evolved from one of sibling rivalry to mutual respect. While they may not always agree, Anne has consistently supported Charles in his role as king. Insiders suggest that her candid and straightforward advice has been invaluable to Charles, even if it has occasionally led to tension between the two. The relationship between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla has been another source of public curiosity. When Camilla first became a prominent figure in Charles's life, she was met with widespread criticism and scrutiny. Her involvement in the breakdown of Charles's marriage to Diana, Princess of Wales, cast a long shadow, and the royal family's initial reception of her was reportedly lukewarm. Anne, who values tradition and decorum, was said to be cautious in her approach to Camilla. Early on, their interactions were reportedly formal and reserved, reflecting Anne's reluctance to embrace Camilla's presence within the family. Over the years, however, Anne's pragmatic nature seemed to take precedence. Recognizing Camilla's growing role and her eventual position as queen consort, Anne adapted to the changing dynamics. While their relationship may never be described as particularly warm, it has evolved into one of mutual respect. Both women are known for their strong personalities and commitment to duty, which has helped them find common ground. Anne's ability to remain professional and focused on the greater good of the monarchy has been a testament to her maturity and sense of responsibility. Anne's interactions with her nephews, Prince William and Prince Harry, provide further insight into her influence within the royal family. As the future king, William has often looked up to Anne as a model of dedication and resilience. Anne's guidance has been particularly valuable during challenging periods in William's life, including the aftermath of Diana's tragic death. She has been a steady presence, offering practical advice and unwavering support as William navigates the complexities of his role. With Prince Harry, the dynamic is notably different. Anne's approach to royal life, which emphasizes duty and service above personal desires, has sometimes clashed with Harry's more independent and outspoken nature. Harry's decision to step back from royal duties and his subsequent criticisms of the institution have reportedly disappointed Anne. While she has avoided public comment on the matter, those close to her suggest that she views Harry's actions as a departure from the values that have long defined the monarchy. Despite these differences, Anne has maintained her characteristic discretion, refraining from fueling public controversies. Anne's impact on the royal family extends far beyond her relationships with individual members. As one of its most active and dedicated members, she has set a high standard for public service. Since taking on her first royal engagement in the 1960s, Anne has shown an extraordinary commitment to her duties. She is often regarded as the hardest working royal, completing hundreds of engagements each year and supporting a wide range of charities and organizations. Her work with Save the Children, for example, has made a significant difference in the lives of countless individuals around the world. Anne's hands-on approach and genuine passion for her causes have earned her widespread respect and admiration. Beyond her official duties, Anne's influence can be seen in her efforts to guide and mentor younger members of the royal family. She has played a quiet but essential role in preparing the next generation for their responsibilities, offering advice and sharing her wealth of experience. Her pragmatic outlook and focus on the practical aspects of royal life have been particularly helpful in grounding younger royals who might otherwise be overwhelmed by the pressures of their roles. Anne's work ethic and dedication have also served as a counterbalance to the controversies that have occasionally plagued the royal family. While other members of the family have faced scandals and criticism, Anne has consistently upheld the values of duty and service. Her ability to stay above the fray has helped maintain the monarchy's credibility and public support during challenging times. In many ways, Anne has been a stabilizing force, ensuring that the royal family remains focused on its responsibilities to the public. The public's fascination with Anne lies not only in her actions, but also in her character. She has always been refreshingly direct, often eschewing the pomp and ceremony associated with royal life in favor of a more practical approach. This straightforwardness has endeared her to many, as has her refusal to indulge in the trappings of fame and celebrity. Anne's preference for simplicity and her focus on the work at hand have made her a relatable and respected figure. Anne's role within the royal family is also significant in the context of its future. As the monarchy faces increasing scrutiny and questions about its relevance in modern society, Anne's example of dedication and service provides a blueprint for how the institution can continue to evolve. Her ability to adapt to changing circumstances while staying true to the core values of the monarchy has been a crucial factor in its continued stability. Looking ahead, Anne's legacy is likely to have a lasting impact on the royal family. Her influence on King Charles, Queen Camilla, and her nephews William and Harry has already shaped the institution in meaningful ways. As the monarchy navigates the challenges of the 21st century, Anne's contributions will remain a guiding light, reminding future generations of the importance of duty, service, and resilience. Princess Anne's future, as well as her role in shaping the destiny of the British royal family, is a subject of great intrigue. As one of the most steadfast and hard-working royals, Anne has consistently embodied the values of duty, service, and pragmatism. Her impact on the monarchy extends far beyond her current engagements, with her legacy likely to influence the royal family's trajectory for years to come. As the monarchy faces an evolving societal landscape, Anne's ongoing role and the future of the institution are deeply intertwined, reflecting both challenges and opportunities. Anne has long been the embodiment of quiet resilience within the royal family. At 74 years old, her dedication to public service shows no signs of waning. Anne is known for her tireless work ethic, completing more engagements each year than almost any other member of the family. As she continues to age, her commitment to her causes and her ability to remain relevant to contemporary issues will play a critical role in maintaining public support for the monarchy. Her future will likely involve a continued focus on the charitable organizations and initiatives she has championed throughout her life. Anne's connection to Save the Children, the Riding for the Disabled Association, and numerous other causes exemplifies her hands-on approach to philanthropy. In a world that increasingly demands authenticity and accountability, Anne's no-nonsense style of engagement positions her as a royal who is deeply attuned to the needs of her communities. This steadfastness will ensure that her work remains a cornerstone of the monarchy's reputation for public service. However, as Anne's influence endures, questions arise about how the royal family will evolve alongside her. One of the key aspects of Anne's future lies in her role as an advisor and mentor to the younger generation of royals. Her pragmatic and grounded nature makes her an invaluable resource for King Charles III, her brother, and her nephew, Prince William, the heir to the throne. As Charles continues to establish his reign, Anne's insights and counsel will be instrumental in ensuring the monarchy remains relevant and respected. Anne's relationship with Charles is a cornerstone of her role within the family. Though the two have had their differences over the years, their mutual respect has grown. Charles is known for his vision of a slimmed-down monarchy, focusing on a smaller group of working royals. Anne's unwavering dedication to service makes her an ideal ally in implementing this vision.
I'm 75 now, and I can't remember anybody except the Queen being there.
In a shocking turn of events, tensions have reportedly flared within the royal household, with King Charles allegedly delivering a harsh reprimand to Queen Camilla, sparking an unexpected reaction. Sources close to the palace reveal that this confrontation may have stemmed from a recent disagreement on a sensitive matter within the monarchy, leading to a rift between the royal couple. Camilla, known for her resilience, was visibly shaken by Charles's words, and insiders suggest that she had a rare public outburst that left those around her stunned. This latest episode hints at underlying issues between Charles and Camilla, and while the royal family typically handles disputes in private, this incident has fueled fresh speculations about growing discord. The royal couple's public image has always emphasized unity, but this incident raises questions about the stability and cohesion within the royal household. Queen Camilla's life within the royal family has been marked by transformation, dedication, and public intrigue that have defined her journey from a figure surrounded by controversy to a respected royal. Her role as the queen consort of King Charles III places her in a unique position within the British monarchy, a position that carries immense responsibility and influence, as well as expectations that she continues to reshape. Camilla's role in the royal family has evolved over the years, particularly as she transitioned from Duchess of Cornwall to Queen Consort. Early on, her presence was often met with public skepticism, but she steadily became a committed and reliable figure beside Charles. Camilla has embraced her role with a focus on philanthropy, supporting numerous causes, and making a real difference in communities across the United Kingdom. From championing issues related to literacy, health, and domestic violence to supporting the arts, her work emphasizes connection and empathy. Many people have come to see Camilla as a grounded, relatable royal, often using her position to give a voice to issues that might otherwise remain in the shadows. One of her most prominent initiatives has been in the area of literacy and education, a cause she is deeply passionate about. Camilla founded the Reading Room, an online platform that celebrates literature and encourages readers to come together. The initiative has grown immensely popular, with readers around the world engaging in discussions, following Camilla's personal book recommendations, and participating in live author events. Her dedication to this cause shows her commitment to leaving a meaningful legacy, one that promotes the enrichment of minds and the encouragement of lifelong learning. Camilla's role in championing health issues is also significant. She has worked with organizations that promote awareness of osteoporosis, a disease that affected her mother and grandmother. Through her personal experiences, she has been able to bring greater attention to the disease and encourage people to seek support and treatment. Her advocacy extends beyond physical health. She is also a vocal supporter of mental health initiatives, particularly for young people and victims of domestic abuse. In collaboration with various organizations, Camilla works to remove the stigma associated with mental health issues and create safe spaces for those in need. Her efforts in this area have gained substantial recognition, and she has been credited with helping to shift public perception on these critical topics. Engagement with the public is central to Camilla's role as queen consort. Unlike other royals who may sometimes appear distant or aloof, Camilla's interactions often carry a warmth and sincerity that resonates with those she meets. She frequently attends events where she listens to people's stories, offering comfort and showing genuine interest in their lives. This approach has helped her build a reputation as a people's queen, of sorts, someone who cares about the struggles and joys of ordinary people. Whether visiting community centers, schools, or hospitals, Camilla always makes an effort to connect on a personal level, which has helped endear her to many and shift public opinion over time. Despite her strong presence and positive contributions, Camilla is no stranger to rumors and speculation, particularly regarding her relationship with King Charles and her role within the family. From the early days of her relationship with Charles, she has been a focal point of media attention, often portrayed in unflattering ways that cast a shadow over her public image. Rumors surrounding her influence on the king, as well as her relationships with other royal family members, continue to surface from time to time. While these stories are frequently exaggerated or unfounded, They reflect the challenges she faces in maintaining her reputation in the public eye. One recurring rumor is that Camilla wields a significant amount of influence over King Charles. Some speculate that she is a key advisor to him, particularly on issues related to modernizing the monarchy. While the extent of her influence is not publicly known, it is likely that, as his closest confidant, she does provide insight and support that helps guide his decisions. Their relationship, forged over many years and many challenges, is built on mutual respect, and it's understandable that Charles might value her perspective. Still, the notion that Camilla could influence policy decisions or the monarchy's future is often blown out of proportion by tabloids eager to stir up controversy. In addition to questions about her influence, Camilla's relationship with other members of the royal family is another area of interest and speculation. While there have been reports of tension between her and other royals, especially in the early years of her marriage to Charles, insiders suggest that these relationships have evolved over time. Camilla has reportedly made efforts to build rapport with the younger generation of royals, including Prince William and Prince Harry. While the dynamics within the family are complex and often strained by public expectations and media pressure, it appears that Camilla is generally well regarded and respected by her extended family members. Looking ahead, Camilla's future as queen consort promises both challenges and opportunities. As the monarchy adapts to the demands of a rapidly changing world, Camilla will play a crucial role in shaping its direction and relevance. Her focus on social issues, coupled with her approachable demeanor, positions her as a bridge between the traditional aspects of the monarchy and the progressive values that many people, particularly younger generations, wish to see embraced by the royal family. Her ability to connect with the public and her willingness to engage on difficult topics suggest that she will continue to be an important figure in the monarchy's public outreach. One potential challenge for Camilla moving forward is navigating the scrutiny that inevitably comes with her role. As queen consort, every aspect of her life is subject to public analysis, and even small missteps can become major talking points. However, her experience over the years has equipped her to handle criticism with grace and resilience. Camilla's approach to public life is less about perfection and more about authenticity. She understands that connecting with people sometimes means showing vulnerability and acknowledging imperfections. Another area where Camilla could make a lasting impact is in the modernization of royal traditions. While King Charles is known for his interest in environmentalism and the arts, Camilla's focus on social issues and her relatively progressive approach to her role could encourage the monarchy to adapt to contemporary values. This includes promoting greater inclusivity within the institution and expanding the monarchy's involvement in issues like mental health and domestic abuse. By aligning the monarchy with causes that resonate with modern audiences, Camilla can help ensure its relevance and importance in the years to come. Ultimately, Camilla's journey as queen consort is one of reinvention and resilience. She has proven that, despite initial opposition and ongoing rumors, it is possible to carve out a meaningful role within one of the world's most scrutinized institutions. Her engagement with people, commitment to social causes, and down-to-earth personality have earned her a level of respect that seemed unlikely in the past. Today, Camilla stands not only as King Charles's partner, but as a figure of her own making. A queen consort who has redefined her position through dedication and kindness. As she continues her work, the legacy she builds will reflect her unique approach to the role. Whether through her support for literacy, health awareness, or the various other causes she champions, Camilla is leaving an indelible mark on the royal family. While questions about her influence and relationships will likely persist, her actions speak louder than any rumors. By staying true to her values and remaining committed to making a positive impact, Queen Camilla is securing her place in the future of the monarchy, shaping it in a way that reflects both tradition and progress. Queen Camilla's importance in the royal family continues to deepen, often blending tradition with her own style. Initially viewed as a controversial figure, she's become instrumental in bolstering the monarchy's public image, especially after her official title of queen consort became queen following King Charles's ascension. Her approach is practical, direct, and she's committed to supporting various charitable initiatives, from causes like osteoporosis awareness, something she has long been passionate about, to promoting literacy and tackling domestic violence. These efforts have not only redefined her role, but have also increased her popularity over the years. In terms of future moves, Camilla is likely to continue modernizing and streamlining the royal presence. Unlike past consorts who largely stayed out of the limelight, she appears ready to step into a more vocal, public-facing role, possibly championing mental health or other contemporary issues facing younger generations. Her next steps may also involve engaging with international audiences, subtly shaping foreign relations through diplomatic visits and partnerships. Everything changed on February 10, 2005, when Charles and Camilla announced their engagement, a moment that captured headlines and public interest. Camilla humorously shared that Charles had indeed gotten down on one knee to propose. The engagement was warmly welcomed by the royal family, with William and Harry expressing their happiness for the couple. The wedding, held on April 9, 2005, at Windsor Guildhall, was a modest affair. They chose a simple ceremony with close family and friends, foregoing the typical grandeur of a royal wedding. The Queen did not attend the ceremony, but joined the couple for the blessing at St. George's Chapel afterward. In the wake of Diana's death in 1997, Charles and Camilla found their romance rekindled amidst public mourning and media scrutiny. This period was fraught with challenges as they sought acceptance. In 1998, a teenage Prince William had an uncomfortable meeting with Camilla at St. James's Palace, a crucial step in her gradual introduction to the royal family. Initial interactions over lunches and teas were awkward but necessary. Queen Elizabeth II was initially resistant to Camilla, dubbing her "that wicked woman." However, by 2000, her stance softened, and she dined with Charles and Camilla, subtly signaling her approval. Public appearances followed, with a significant one in January 1999 at a birthday party for Camilla's sister. Arriving separately but leaving together, Charles and Camilla's public outing created a media storm, paving the way for Camilla's acceptance. By the Queen Mother's funeral in 2002, Camilla stood by Charles, solidifying her role as his partner. She also embarked on her first solo public engagement that year, a critical move in her royal journey. By 2003, Charles and Camilla had moved in together at Clarence House, signifying their serious commitment. On February 10, 2005, Charles and Camilla announced their engagement, a moment of public and media excitement. Camilla shared that Charles had indeed proposed on one knee. The engagement was warmly received by the family, with William and Harry expressing their support. The wedding on April 9, 2005, at Windsor Guildhall was understated and intimate, attended by close family and friends. The Queen skipped the ceremony but attended the subsequent blessing at St. George's Chapel, showing her support. The journey of Charles and Camilla, marked by rekindled love, public scrutiny, and gradual acceptance, culminated in a modest yet meaningful wedding, symbolizing a new beginning for the couple. From scandal to crown, when Queen Elizabeth II passed away, the dynamics of the British monarchy underwent a significant transformation. Charles ascended the throne as King Charles III, and in a surprising twist, Camilla was named Queen Consort. This development was unexpected, especially considering Queen Elizabeth's initial reluctance to accept Camilla. Over the years, however, Camilla proved her loyalty and dedication, eventually earning the Queen's endorsement in a heartfelt message. This endorsement, which seemed unthinkable decades ago, marked a dramatic shift in the royal narrative, turning Camilla from a figure of skepticism into a respected pillar of the monarchy. The late Queen's public blessing underscored Camilla's journey and emphasized her commitment to the crown, encouraging others to support Charles and Camilla as they had supported her. The question of why Charles married Diana when his heart belonged to Camilla lingered in the minds of many. This dilemma highlighted the conflict between royal duties and personal happiness. Diana, trapped in a loveless marriage, suffered immensely, enduring years of emotional distress. Charles's marriage to Diana, despite his enduring love for Camilla, underscored the immense pressure and expectations placed on royal family members to prioritize duty over personal desire, often leading to profound personal sacrifices. The Tampon Gate scandal. One of the most notorious scandals in royal history erupted when details of a private phone conversation between Charles and Camilla from 1989 were leaked. Dubbed Tampon Gate, or Camilla Gate, This scandal was not just typical tabloid fare. It was a royal catastrophe. At the time of the call, both Charles and Camilla were married to other people. The conversation, however, was anything but ordinary, with Charles expressing a desire to be reincarnated as Camilla's tampon, a bizarrely intimate statement that somehow became public. This scandalous exchange made headlines under the sensational title, "Charles and Camilla, the Tape." The People newspaper published a full transcript of their 6-minute conversation, and to add to the humiliation, audio of the conversation was also released. The release of such a private and intimate conversation raised questions about who might be responsible for the leak.
If you look at the coronation footage as the King and Queen leave the thrones and head for the exit of Westminster Abbey on the coronation Saturday, you'll see that everyone bows and curtsies to the King, and no one moves a limb, a muscle, when Camilla passes. And that was because they were angry with Camilla. Camilla brought 20 Parker Bowleses to the coronation. There were 4 Middletons. All the people that helped Camilla get the crown on her head were excluded from that coronation, and they were furious. And not only that, Kate and William were angry too. And that anger, of course, Harry was angry, that anger went right through that small part of the congregation by the throne, by the centre of Westminster Abbey.
Princess Kate's refusal to curtsy to Queen Camilla during a recent public event has become a focal point of royal watchers and media alike, triggering a wave of speculation about what might be going on behind the closed doors of the British royal family. This incident, while seemingly minor, has brought to light the complexities of royal protocol, the relationships between senior royals, and the public's fascination with even the smallest gestures within the monarchy. For centuries, the British royal family has been steeped in tradition, with every move, gesture, and word often carrying significant weight. The act of curtsying in particular is more than just a polite gesture. It is a deeply symbolic act of respect and acknowledgement of rank within the royal hierarchy. The sight of Princess Kate, the wife of the future king, choosing not to curtsy to the current queen consort, was therefore a moment loaded with potential meaning. Observers at the event noted that as the royal family gathered, there was a palpable tension in the air. All eyes were on Kate as she approached Queen Camilla. Traditionally, as the Princess of Wales, Kate would be expected to show deference to Camilla, who, as queen consort, holds a higher rank. However, instead of the customary curtsy, Kate merely nodded politely before continuing on her way. The deviation from protocol was subtle, but in the world of royalty, where every gesture is scrutinized, it was enough to set off a flurry of rumors and discussions. Some insiders suggest that Kate's decision may have been influenced by a series of recent events that have strained her relationship with Camilla. It's no secret that the royal family has faced numerous challenges over the years, from the death of Princess Diana to the ongoing struggles with public perception and the media. These challenges have, at times, created rifts between different members of the family, and it's possible that these tensions are now playing out in public view. One potential source of tension could be the differing approaches Kate and Camilla have taken toward their royal duties. Kate, known for her modern approach and emphasis on mental health and children's issues, has become a beloved figure in the UK and beyond. Her calm demeanor and dedication to her role have won her widespread praise, particularly among the younger generation of royal watchers. On the other hand, Camilla's journey to becoming queen consort has been fraught with challenges, including her long and controversial relationship with King Charles, which was initially met with public skepticism. Over time, Camilla has worked hard to carve out her own role within the monarchy, focusing on issues such as domestic violence and literacy. Despite their different approaches, Both women are united by their commitment to the monarchy and their families. However, the recent incident suggests that there may be underlying differences in how they view their roles and each other. Some sources close to the royal family have hinted that there may have been disagreements over how certain royal duties should be handled or how public appearances should be managed, leading to a build-up of tension that finally surfaced in this public moment. This isn't the first time that the British royal family has found itself at the center of public scrutiny due to interpersonal dynamics. The relationship between Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Diana, for example, was often portrayed as complex, with Diana's popularity and modern approach sometimes clashing with the traditionalism of the monarchy. Similarly, the relationship between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and the rest of the royal family has been a source of intense media interest and public debate, particularly after the couple's decision to step back from their royal duties and the subsequent revelations about their experiences within the family. In many ways, the monarchy's public image is shaped as much by these personal relationships as by official duties and public engagements. The British public, and indeed people around the world, have a deep fascination with the royal family, viewing them not just as leaders, but as symbols of continuity, tradition, and national identity. As such, any sign of discord or deviation from the norm within the family is often magnified, leading to intense speculation and debate. The incident involving Kate and Camilla has also highlighted the challenges that come with navigating the complex world of royal protocol. While the rules and traditions of the monarchy are designed to maintain order and respect, they can also be a source of tension, particularly when personal feelings come into play. In this case, Kate's decision not to curtsy may have been a way of asserting her own identity and independence within the rigid structure of the royal family. The British royal family, with all its grandeur and tradition, is often seen as a symbol of continuity and stability in a rapidly changing world. Yet incidents like the one involving Princess Kate and Queen Camilla reveal the human side of this storied institution, where personal relationships and emotions intersect with the demands of duty and protocol. The refusal to curtsy might seem like a small act, but in the context of royal life, it carries significant weight, shedding light on the complexities and challenges that come with being part of such a unique and scrutinized family. As the public and media continue to speculate on the meaning behind this moment, it serves as a reminder that the royals, despite their elevated status, are not immune to the intricacies of personal dynamics. The balance between upholding tradition and navigating modern relationships is a delicate one, and this incident underscores the ongoing evolution of the monarchy as it seeks to remain relevant in the 21st century. In the coming years, as Kate and other younger royals take on more prominent roles, moments like these will likely shape how they are perceived both within the family and by the public. Will they adhere strictly to tradition, or will they seek to redefine their roles in a way that reflects their own values and the changing expectations of society? The answer to this question will play a crucial role in determining the future of the monarchy.
I commit myself to serve you all, King, country, and Commonwealth.
Prince William, one of the most respected figures in the British royal family, suddenly at the center of a controversy that could end his royal journey. Whispers around the palace corridors speak of family tension, secrets, and unexpected revelations. And shockingly, these rumors aren't just about William or Kate. They're about her sister, Pippa Middleton. Sources suggest that Pippa has come forward with information so astonishing, it's causing ripples throughout the entire royal household. What could have been uncovered that would place Prince William on the edge of exile from his royal duties? Could this revelation really have the power to shake the monarchy to its core? Let's uncover the details behind this bombshell that's throwing the future of the British throne into question. Prince William has captivated the world's attention as a royal with a unique blend of tradition and modernity. As the Prince of Wales, he stands not only as the heir apparent to the British throne, but also as a symbol of continuity for a monarchy facing unprecedented scrutiny and change. From his childhood, spent in the intense spotlight, to his role as a husband and father, William's journey has been one of adaptation, resilience, and a balancing act between duty and personal life. This story, however, is far from straightforward, as countless rumors and public debates circle around his life, his role in the family, and what his future might hold for the British monarchy. William's position as the eldest son of King Charles III and the late Princess Diana meant he was always destined for a life in the public eye. The world witnessed his early years alongside his mother, who famously reshaped the image of the royal family with her compassion and candor. Diana's tragic death left an indelible mark on William, shaping him into a figure known for his composure, thoughtfulness, and dedication to causes that mattered to her. It was through her legacy that William first connected with the public, an attachment that only grew stronger over the years. As he matured, his public engagements began to focus on issues close to his heart, such as mental health, wildlife conservation, and support for the armed forces. These priorities reflect a new kind of royal, one committed to addressing contemporary issues rather than merely upholding ceremonial traditions. With King Charles now on the throne, the focus on William has intensified as the public anticipates the next chapter for the monarchy. There is a prevailing expectation that William will usher in a new era when he becomes king, potentially modernizing the institution in ways his father and predecessors never fully embraced. His close connection to his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, deeply influenced his sense of duty and approach to royal responsibilities. Many see William as someone who combines his grandmother's commitment to service with his mother's sense of compassion, making him uniquely suited to lead a monarchy in transition. However, this unique position also brings intense scrutiny and speculation. Every gesture, decision, and public appearance is analyzed, contributing to the myriad rumors that surround him. The relationship between William and his younger brother, Prince Harry, has been one of the most discussed and debated aspects of his personal life. Once famously close, the brothers have, by all accounts, experienced a significant rift, particularly following Harry's decision to step back from royal duties and move to the United States with his wife, Meghan Markle. Their split has fueled countless stories and public fascination, with fans and the media dissecting every move to interpret where the brothers stand. While William has largely remained silent on the matter, his silence itself has led to speculation, with some seeing it as a sign of restraint and focus on his own responsibilities. Despite the strain, those close to William suggest that he remains deeply committed to his duties and the institution, often taking a measured approach that prioritizes the stability and future of the monarchy over personal grievances. William's marriage to Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, has further solidified his image as a stable and relatable figure. Together, they present a modern royal family that resonates with the British public. Kate's warmth and elegance have endeared her to many, and her ability to handle the intense media spotlight with poise complements William's more reserved demeanor. Over the years, their relationship has become a focal point for the monarchy, with many seeing them as a steadying influence during a time of immense change. Their public appearances, as well as their dedication to causes such as early childhood education, mental health, and the environment, have helped shape the narrative of a monarchy that is more connected to the people and the issues of today. As parents, William and Kate have made it a priority to give their children as normal a life as possible, a stark contrast to William's own highly publicized childhood. This approach reflects their desire to create a grounded environment for their children, preparing them for a future that will undoubtedly bring its own set of challenges and responsibilities. Rumors surrounding William's future as king often delve into whether he will continue the traditional model of monarchy or embrace more progressive reforms. Some royal experts believe William is prepared to modernize the institution, focusing on service over pageantry and reducing the overall footprint of the monarchy. His recent decisions and public statements have suggested a commitment to this streamlined approach. He has shown an interest in making the royal family more accessible, engaging in initiatives that address pressing social issues while fostering a deeper connection with the public. This modern approach may reflect the changing attitudes within British society, where support for the monarchy remains strong but is increasingly contingent on the institution's ability to remain relevant. William is acutely aware of this sentiment, and his actions seem to align with a vision of a monarchy that is more connected to the lives of everyday people. Public perception of William has largely been positive, especially in comparison to other members of the royal family who have faced criticism and controversy. He is viewed as a steady and reliable figure, qualities that are particularly valued as the monarchy faces complex questions about its role and relevance. Polls consistently show that he and Kate are among the most popular royals, a testament to their ability to navigate their roles with respect for tradition while still embracing change. William's calm and composed nature, combined with his dedication to his duties, has helped solidify his image as the future of the British monarchy. However, there is also a recognition that the monarchy must adapt to survive, and many believe William will be the one to lead that adaptation. The influence of William's grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, is evident in his approach to public service. Her unwavering commitment to duty, even in the face of personal and public challenges, left a lasting impression on him. William has often spoken about the lessons he learned from her, and how her example shaped his understanding of his role. As he prepares for his future as king, these lessons will likely guide his decisions, particularly as he faces the pressures of maintaining the monarchy in an era marked by rapid change and shifting public attitudes. William's deep respect for the Queen's legacy suggests that he will honor her approach, while also incorporating his own values and perspectives, creating a monarchy that respects tradition but is not afraid to evolve. The rumors surrounding William's plans for the monarchy hint at a reign that may be less ceremonial and more focused on tangible contributions to society. His interest in mental health, environmental protection, and social issues underscores his desire to use his platform for meaningful impact. This emphasis on service over ceremony resonates with a public increasingly skeptical of the monarchy's more opulent aspects. William's future reign could bring about a more accessible monarchy, one that reflects the values and concerns of the British people in a way that is both respectful of tradition and responsive to change. Such a direction would be in line with his own values, as well as those of a younger generation that demands transparency, authenticity, and relevance from its institutions. As William looks toward the future, the weight of expectation is immense, but so is his commitment to the role he was born to play. His life has been one of preparation, shaped by moments of intense joy, public scrutiny, and personal hardship. Through it all, he has demonstrated a resilience that will be essential for a reign that is likely to face unique challenges. His popularity, dedication to service, and understanding of the monarchy's role in modern society suggest that he is well equipped to lead. While rumors and speculation will undoubtedly continue, it is William's actions and decisions that will ultimately define his legacy. His journey is not only a reflection of his own character, but a testament to the enduring adaptability of the British monarchy, an institution that has withstood centuries of change by evolving with the times. In the end, Prince William's story is more than just one of royal duty. It is a narrative of growth, resilience, and a deep commitment to service. His future as king holds the promise of a monarchy that can honor its past while forging a path forward. William's legacy will likely be one that resonates not only within the walls of Buckingham Palace, but across a nation that, despite its challenges, still finds meaning in the continuity and tradition that he represents. As he navigates the complexities of his role, William's journey offers a vision of a monarchy that, while rooted in tradition, is unafraid to embrace change. In an ever-evolving world, this balance of old and new may be the key to the monarchy's enduring relevance, with William at its helm. Princess Charlotte's world has been turned upside down. Prince William, known for his calm and measured approach, has taken a step no one could have predicted, shaking the very foundation of the monarchy. It's a move that leaves Charlotte, poised, confident, and always composed, struggling with a reality that is rapidly evolving. The decision comes at a time when the royal family finds itself navigating the growing tension between tradition and modernization. However, William's bold actions have thrust Charlotte into the spotlight, and her unexpected reaction is at the center of a storm that could reshape the monarchy's future. For years, Prince William has played the part of the steady heir, following the footsteps of King Charles, while quietly preparing for his eventual reign. Yet now, William's power play appears to mark the beginning of a new era, one in which the younger generation of royals consolidates control over the institution. Aligning himself closely with Princess Catherine, William is signaling to the world that they are ready to take the reins. His move to assume greater responsibility may be strategic, but it comes with consequences. Consequences that ripple throughout the royal family, leaving a lasting impact on everyone, including his daughter, Princess Charlotte. The monarchy, once a symbol of stability, is now facing a period of profound change. William's decision to modernize royal duties and tighten control has been seen by many as necessary in a rapidly changing world. Yet, critics have called it a power grab that risks sidelining key members of the family, including Queen Camilla, who once worked tirelessly to secure her position within the royal hierarchy. As King Charles leans on his son to lead, Camilla's influence continues to wane. This has only deepened the cracks forming behind palace walls, a silent battle playing out between generations. Princess Charlotte's silent struggle emerges as a result of this seismic shift. At just a young age, Charlotte has already begun to feel the weight of her father's ambitions. William's decisions place her in a precarious position where her role, once defined by tradition, is now unclear. Charlotte has grown up in the shadow of her parents' rising prominence, groomed to play her part within the monarchy's rigid expectations. Yet, as William steps into a more central leadership role, Charlotte is left grappling with what this means for her future. Is she expected to follow in his footsteps, or will she find herself increasingly overshadowed by the power dynamics at play? As tensions rise, Princess Charlotte has become a symbol of this generational shift. Her public appearances have always been characterized by her poise and composure. But behind the polished image lies a young royal navigating the pressure of her circumstances. Will she embrace her role as part of William's vision for a modern monarchy, or will she resist, seeking to carve out her own path? The question is one that no one can answer yet, but it's clear that Charlotte's reaction carries significant weight. Her silent struggle mirrors the very challenges facing the royal family. How to balance tradition with the demands of an evolving world. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla's struggle highlights another layer of this unfolding story. After decades of public scrutiny, Camilla's promotion to Queen Consort was meant to be the crowning moment of her journey. Yet as Prince William consolidates his power, Camilla finds herself increasingly sidelined. For someone who worked tirelessly to secure her place in the monarchy, her exclusion is both frustrating and symbolic. The younger generation, William and Catherine, have taken center stage, leaving Camilla questioning her legacy. While her title remains intact, her influence is fading, and many are left wondering if this marks the beginning of the end of her role as a key player in the monarchy. Behind closed doors, insiders suggest that King Charles and Camilla are facing growing strain in their relationship. As Charles leans on William and Catherine to lead, Camilla's frustrations have only deepened. While the public remains largely unaware of this silent battle, the cracks are becoming harder to ignore. Charles may have intended to secure the monarchy's future by elevating William, but in doing so, he has inadvertently left Camilla on the periphery. Will she fight to reclaim her place, or will she accept her diminishing role within the palace? The future of the monarchy hangs in the balance, and every decision made now will have lasting consequences. Princess Charlotte, a key to the monarchy's future. Princess Charlotte's story is more than just a footnote in the royal family's journey. It's a reflection of the delicate balance between old traditions and the new world William is working to create. At such a young age, Charlotte is already grappling with the pressures of being part of one of the world's most watched families. The royal household has spent years carefully crafting her public image, presenting her as poised, mature, and ready for the responsibilities she will inevitably face. Yet William's bold decisions have made her role far more complex, and Charlotte now faces a crossroads that could define her place in the monarchy for decades to come. As William and Catherine rise in prominence, Princess Charlotte is left to wonder what this means for her future. Once seen as part of the supporting cast to her older brother, Prince George, Charlotte is now being viewed in a new light. Her father's modern vision for the monarchy means that the expectations placed upon her are evolving. No longer just a child in the background, Charlotte is increasingly positioned as a key figure in the monarchy's future. But the question remains, how will she respond to the shifting tides of power within her family? The monarchy has always been defined by its ability to adapt to the times, but this transition has been anything but smooth. The silent tension between the older and younger generations of royals is impossible to ignore, and Princess Charlotte's reaction to her father's decisions has captured the public's attention. While Charlotte has often been praised for her grace and maturity beyond her years, this moment is testing her in ways that no young royal should have to endure. As William continues to reshape the monarchy's role in the modern world, Charlotte must find her footing amidst the chaos. Her journey is not just personal, it is symbolic of the greater challenges facing the royal family. Can Charlotte embrace the responsibilities that come with her position? Or will she push back against the weight of her family's expectations? Will she step forward and become an integral part of William's vision? Or will she quietly resist the changes that threaten to redefine her role? The choices she makes in these formative years could have far-reaching consequences, not only for herself, but for the monarchy as a whole. The royal family's journey has always been one of evolution, but the stakes have never been higher. With Prince William's decisions shaking the very foundation of the monarchy, the spotlight now falls on Charlotte. Her silent struggle represents more than just a personal challenge. It's a reflection of the monarchy's future. The decisions made today will shape the family's legacy for generations, and Charlotte is at the center of it all. Will she embrace her role as a modern royal, or will the pressures of palace life prove to be too much? As the dust settles on William's bold power play, the royal family stands on the brink of a new era. The rise of William and Catherine has shifted the balance of power, and the once unshakable traditions of the monarchy are being tested like never before. Princess Charlotte's journey through this transition will be pivotal, as she navigates the challenges of a rapidly evolving institution. The choices she makes now will determine not only her legacy, but also the future of the monarchy itself. The world is watching closely as this story unfolds. The pressure on William to lead the royal family into a new era is immense, but the challenges facing Princess Charlotte are equally significant. As her father consolidates power and reshapes the institution, Charlotte must find her place in this new world. Will she rise to the occasion and embrace her role, or will she resist the forces pulling her in multiple directions? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. Princess Charlotte's journey is far from over, and the future of the monarchy hangs in the balance. The royal household has spent years carefully crafting her public image, presenting her as poised, mature, and ready for the responsibilities she will inevitably face. Yet William's bold decisions have made her role far more complex, and Charlotte now faces a crossroads that could define her place in the monarchy for decades to come. As William and Catherine rise in prominence, Princess Charlotte is left to wonder what this means for her future. Once seen as part of the supporting cast to her older brother, Prince George, Charlotte is now being viewed in a new light. Her father's modern vision for the monarchy means that the expectations placed upon her are evolving. No longer just a child in the background, Charlotte is increasingly positioned as a key figure in the monarchy's future. But the question remains, how will she respond to the shifting tides of power within her family? The monarchy has always been defined by its ability to adapt to the times, but this transition has been anything but smooth. The silent tension between the older and younger generations of royals is impossible to ignore, and Princess Charlotte's reaction to her father's decisions has captured the public's attention. While Charlotte has often been praised for her grace and maturity beyond her years, the world is watching closely as this story unfolds. The pressure on William to lead the royal family into a new era is immense, but the challenges facing Princess Charlotte are equally significant. As her father consolidates power and reshapes the institution, Charlotte must find her place in this new world. Will she rise to the occasion and embrace her role, or will she resist the forces pulling her in multiple directions? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. Princess Charlotte's journey is far from over, and the future of the monarchy hangs in the balance.
If you look at the coronation footage, as the King and Queen leave the thrones and head for the exit of Westminster Abbey on the coronation Saturday, you'll see that everyone bows and curtsies to the King, and no one moves a limb, a muscle, when Camilla passes. And that was because they were angry with Camilla. Camilla brought 20 Parker Bowleses to the coronation. There were 4 Middletons. All the people that helped Camilla get the crown on her head were excluded from that coronation, and they were furious. And not only that, Kate and William were angry too. And that anger, of course, Harry was angry, that anger went right through that small part of the congregation by the throne, by the centre of Westminster Abbey.
Princess Kate's refusal to curtsy to Queen Camilla during a recent public event has become a focal point of royal watchers and media alike, triggering a wave of speculation about what might be going on behind the closed doors of the British royal family. This incident, while seemingly minor, has brought to light the complexities of royal protocol, the relationships between senior royals, and the public's fascination with even the smallest gestures within the monarchy. For centuries, the British royal family has been steeped in tradition, with every move, gesture, and word often carrying significant weight. The act of curtsying in particular is more than just a polite gesture. It is a deeply symbolic act of respect and acknowledgement of rank within the royal hierarchy. The sight of Princess Kate, the wife of the future king, choosing not to curtsy to the current queen consort, was therefore a moment loaded with potential meaning. Observers at the event noted that as the royal family gathered, there was a palpable tension in the air. All eyes were on Kate as she approached Queen Camilla. Traditionally, as the Princess of Wales, Kate would be expected to show deference to Camilla, who, as queen consort, holds a higher rank. However, instead of the customary curtsy, Kate merely nodded politely before continuing on her way.
Actually, it's interesting. Sounds rather sort of bizarre, but I did go to Diana's coffin the day after I'd written it.
The innocence about her, you just thought, wow, this girl is knockout.
In a moment that has stunned royal watchers worldwide, Charles Spencer, the 9th Earl Spencer, and beloved brother of the late Princess Diana, has finally addressed the persistent rumors that have circulated for decades about his sister's life and death. At a commemorative event marking what would have been Diana's milestone birthday, the normally composed Earl broke down in tears before making revelations that threatened to reshape our understanding of modern royal history. This extraordinary moment of vulnerability and truth-telling has sent shockwaves through monarchist circles and beyond, reopening wounds many thought had finally begun to heal. The significance of this moment cannot be overstated. For nearly 3 decades, Earl Spencer has been the stalwart guardian of his sister's legacy, famously promising at her funeral to ensure that her blood family would guide her sons, so that their souls are not simply immersed by duty and tradition, but can sing openly. His carefully measured public statements about Diana have always balanced familial loyalty with appropriate discretion. Until now, that is. Why now? Why at 60? Those close to the Earl suggest that reaching this milestone birthday, an age Diana herself never reached, prompted a profound reassessment of family obligations and historical truth. Charles has carried these burdens silently for decades, reveals one longtime family associate. There comes a point when the weight of unspoken truths becomes unbearable, particularly as the principals in this story age and the historical record begins to solidify. The revelations center on the final years of Diana's life and the circumstances surrounding her tragic death in Paris. According to Earl Spencer, the level of establishment resistance to Diana's independent path was far greater than the public has ever been told. What my sister faced wasn't simply media harassment or palace disapproval, he reportedly stated through tears. There was a coordinated effort to control her narrative, her movements, and ultimately her legacy that went beyond what anyone has acknowledged publicly. Most explosively, the Earl has apparently confirmed long-whispered rumors about unusual surveillance in the weeks before Diana's fatal accident. While stopping short of endorsing conspiracy theories about deliberate harm, Spencer described a pattern of monitoring and interference that deeply troubled Diana in her final months. She called me from secure lines, changed her plans constantly, and expressed fears that seemed paranoid at the time, he revealed. I regret more than I can express that I didn't take those fears more seriously. This revelation cast new light on Spencer's famous funeral oration, particularly his pointed reference to Diana being hunted. What many interpreted as grief-stricken hyperbole about press intrusion may have had more specific and concerning foundations. Charles has carried the guilt of not acting on Diana's concerns for 27 years, says someone familiar with the family. This disclosure is as much personal unburdening as it is historical clarification. For Princes William and Harry, their uncle's disclosures create complex new emotional territory to navigate. Both princes have spent decades processing their mother's death and constructing their own understanding of her life and legacy. Spencer's revelations potentially disrupt those hard-won narratives with new information about the forces that shaped Diana's final years. Royal sources suggest William was made aware of his uncle's intentions before the public statement, while Harry's prior knowledge remains unclear. The different positions the brothers now occupy, one at the heart of the institution, one removed from it, create inevitably different contexts for absorbing these revelations about their mother and the establishment's treatment of her. The Earl's relationship with his nephews has reportedly fluctuated over the years. Initially cast as a potential guardian figure following Diana's death, Spencer's role became more peripheral as the princes grew into adulthood within the royal framework. Recent years have seen apparent warming, particularly with Harry following his step back from royal duties. These new revelations may further complicate these relationships, particularly with William, whose future role requires careful management of institutional relationships. For King Charles and the palace, this development represents a significant challenge. The monarchy has worked diligently to move beyond the turbulent Diana years, gradually rehabilitating Camilla's public image and establishing a new royal narrative focused on stability and continuity. Spencer's emotional disclosures threaten to reopen questions many in the palace had hoped were settled. The timing is particularly sensitive given recent royal health challenges and the reduced number of working royals. A resurgence of public interest in Diana's treatment potentially undermines confidence in the institution at a vulnerable moment. Palace sources indicate that the response strategy will focus on respectful acknowledgement without engagement with specific claims, emphasizing the significant passage of time since these events. Public reaction has predictably divided along already established lines. For those who have always maintained skepticism about the official narrative of Diana's death, Spencer's revelations feel like vindication after years of being dismissed as conspiracy theorists. For others, his disclosures seem unnecessarily painful, reopening of historical wounds without clear purpose or resolution. Social media has exploded with renewed discussion of Diana's final years, with younger generations discovering or re-examining this history through the lens of Spencer's emotional testimony. The Spencer family's historical standing and Charles's reputation for measured public statements give these revelations a credibility that more sensationalist claims have lacked. What makes the Earl's disclosure particularly powerful is his historical reluctance to speak publicly about these matters. Unlike others in Diana's circle who quickly monetized their connections through books and interviews, Spencer has maintained dignified discretion for decades. This established pattern of restraint means his decision to speak now carries exceptional weight. The specific timing, at age 60, approaching the age when mortality becomes more tangible, suggests a man taking stock of his historical responsibilities. There's a sense that Charles feels this may be his last significant opportunity to influence how his sister's story is understood by future generations, explains one royal historian. As the last living person with intimate knowledge of certain aspects of Diana's experience, he carries a unique burden of witness. For the Spencer family more broadly, this moment represents a reassertion of their historical significance after years of being somewhat overshadowed by Windsor narratives. The Spencers, with their distinguished lineage predating the Windsors' royal status, have maintained a dignified distance from royal dramas, while occasionally reminding the public of their important role in Diana's formation and legacy. Mental health experts note the powerful symbolism of Spencer's emotional display. For a man of his generation and background, public tears represent an extraordinary breach of established codes of aristocratic restraint. This visible emotion communicates something important about the gravity of what's being disclosed, notes one psychologist. It signals authenticity in a way that mere words might not. The legal implications of Spencer's disclosures remain unclear. While he has reportedly been careful to avoid specific accusations of criminality, his statements about surveillance and institutional resistance to Diana's independence potentially raise questions about proportionality and propriety of actions taken by various authorities. Legal experts suggest that the significant passage of time makes any formal investigation highly unlikely. For historians of the monarchy, Spencer's intervention represents a significant new perspective that must be integrated into scholarly understanding of the late 20th century royal narrative. These aren't claims from a peripheral figure or someone with an axe to grind, notes one royal biographer. This is testimony from someone at the absolute center of the Diana story, speaking after decades of careful reflection. As the impact of Spencer's emotional disclosures continues to reverberate, attention inevitably turns to whether this represents his final word, or the beginning of a more comprehensive account. Sources close to the Earl suggest he has maintained extensive diaries throughout his life, materials that would provide unprecedented insight into the private Diana few were privileged to know. What remains most poignant about this moment is Spencer's evident continuing grief for his sister, nearly 3 decades after her passing. The tears that preceded his revelations spoke volumes about the emotional cost of both maintaining silence and finally breaking it. For all the historical and institutional significance of his disclosures, this remains at heart a story about a brother who lost his sister under traumatic circumstances and has spent a lifetime processing that loss. For those who continue to hold Diana's memory sacred, Spencer's testimony offers both validation and fresh pain. The suggestion that her fears in those final months had more foundation than was acknowledged forces a reconsideration of narratives many had reluctantly accepted. It raises uncomfortable questions about whether more could have been done to protect her, had her concerns been taken more seriously. The Spencer family motto, "God defend the right," seems particularly poignant in light of these disclosures. After decades of restraint, Diana's brother appears to have concluded that defending what he sees as right requires speaking uncomfortable truths, regardless of institutional discomfort or potential backlash. It is a position entirely consistent with Diana's own evolution from shy royal bride to outspoken advocate willing to challenge powerful interests. As this extraordinary story continues to unfold, one truth remains self-evident. The legacy of Diana, Princess of Wales, continues to exert profound influence on both the monarchy and public consciousness nearly 3 decades after her death. Her brother's emotional testimony ensures that influence will extend to new generations who never experienced the Diana phenomenon firsthand. For Charles Spencer, now standing in his truth at 60, the path forward involves navigating the consequences of breaking his long silence. For the monarchy, it means absorbing yet another chapter in a story they have never fully controlled. And for William and Harry, it means integrating new perspectives into their understanding of the mother whose loss has shaped their lives in countless ways. In royal history, this may well be remembered as the moment when the carefully constructed official narrative about Diana's final years faced its most significant challenge, not from sensationalist outsiders, but from the tearful testimony of the brother who knew her best and loved her most. For an institution that has weathered centuries of crises through strategic adaptation, this moment calls for particular wisdom and restraint. The monarchy's greatest strength has always been its capacity to absorb new realities without fundamentally changing course. That resilience will once again be tested as it navigates the fallout from Spencer's unexpected moment of emotional truth-telling. Whatever comes next, the sight of Diana's brother finally giving voice to long-held concerns after decades of dignified silence has created an indelible new chapter in one of the most compelling and tragic royal stories of modern times. At 60, Charles Spencer has ensured that his sister's truth, as he understands it, will remain part of the historical record, alongside the more sanitized official accounts of a woman whose life and death continue to fascinate and move us nearly 3 decades after her passing.